What is your story? Well, I remember the first time I was asked, what's my story in rehab at the Hanley Center. Them asking me point blank, Adam, what's your story? And I have never heard language like this. I never heard recovery talk. So I was like, what's my story? What's your fucking story? And they're like, no, Adam, calm down. Calm down. I got that a lot. Calm down. Like, what's your story? How did you get here? How did you turn to alcohol and drugs? Like, what led you up to this point? And they were showing me that there was a series, there was a theme throughout my life. And on day 9, I had to say my story in front of these 35 maniac alcoholic addicts. So I get up there, surrounded by these absolute bizarre wackos in my mind. And I go through my story. I'm like, well, my name is Adam Jablin. I was born May 19th, 1976. I was raised in Tenafly, New Jersey. It was amazing there. If you've ever seen the movie Big, it was like that. We were on our bicycles all day. There were no cell phones. You came home when the sun went down, always with your friends. The one thing that made me feel weird was I was the fat kid. I was the heavy kid. My dad used to call me El Chubbo. When I went shopping with my mom, we could go in this one section of the store called the Husky section. There was a movie called The Goonies growing up in the 80s. And there's this one kid called Chunk, and he would have to do the Chunk Shuffle. And all my friends would always make me do the Chunk Shuffle. And I hated it. But being the fat kid did give me a couple of skills. One was it made me the class clown. The idea was I always wanted to make you laugh with me instead of laughing at me. I became really good at reading people. And it made me very charismatic and charming because I realized I didn't want to always be known for the way I looked. Well, in 1986, we moved down from Tenafly, New Jersey to Boca Raton, Florida, where you could be at the beach every day in the sun. It's hot, I'm sweating. I would go in the pool and still wear a t-shirt. It would stick to my fat and just suck on me. And I hated it. I just hated it here. I remember the day I made this decision. I was not going to look like this anymore. And my mom, God bless her, started buying me Flex magazine and Muscle and Fitness magazine and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding. She bought me a Weider weight set. And before you knew it, in 4 short years, I went from being the fattest kid in the class to the best built kid in the class. I went from guys teasing me going, hey Adam, how many Oreos did you eat last night? To like, yo man, how much can you bench press? The girls liked me. Everything on the outside changed, everything but me. I was still the insecure, class clown, charismatic, laugh with me, don't laugh at me guy. But now I had the body. I had these muscles. And with the body and with the muscles, I was able to play and, hang out with the older kids. It just was natural. And back in the day, there was just something cooler about older kids. They had more permission. They got cars earlier. They had the hotter girls. So I remember after practice, I'm hanging with the guys. And this is back in the 90s. And they start passing the 40s and they're passing a blunt. And I'll never forget it. And I took a drink and it fixed something inside of me I did not know was broken. You understand? It fixed it. I just absolutely loved it. And I completely disassociated myself. Like I actually remember being calm and like looking at my body and being like, whoa. And this confidence came out. Now, I wasn't arrogant. I wasn't cocky. I wasn't mean. I was just confident. Like I literally felt like Superman. And every single time I drank, it was like, yo, the kid is here. I mean, it gave me confidence like you wouldn't believe. So in high school, I was the first one with a fake driver's license. It would work out at some gas stations all the way out west. I was the one always getting the beers, the wine coolers. I dedicated my life to feeling this way. I went to Arizona State University because in Playboy magazine and Penthouse magazine, it was the #1 party school, which it was, and I dominated there. and it was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I loved that feeling, and I just ran with it. Before you knew it, those 4 years went quick, and I was in the family business, and it was work hard, play hard. I was the first one there, last one to leave, but every night just crushing it. And on the weekends, an absolute maniac. And alcoholism addiction, this is usually how it goes. It's nothing but fun, then it's fun and consequences, and then it was nothing but consequences. It's exactly how it went for me. Before you know it, I was hiding, lying, writing my ex-wife letters. I promise I'm never going to do that again. Before you knew it, I ran over a mailbox, got a DUI, spent 2 nights in jail. You know, really built a hell of a career with this alcohol and drugs thing. A few days before my intervention, my ex-wife and I get into a major fight. Nothing physical, but I just saw black. I really had a darkness of the soul. Just nothing in life meant anything to me. I remember feeling like, so what's next? Another car? Another kid? You know what I mean? Politics all felt like such bullshit to me. Sports, I felt like they were all rigged. I was just dark. I couldn't get out of it. And before you know it, I walked into this intervention. And then I'm looking at these 30, 35 maniac alcoholic addicts. And I'm like, and now I'm here with you. And these guys all just stand up, woo, Adam, like, you know, like I'm a public speaker or something, giving me hugs and relating to me and identifying with me. One guy comes up to me, he's like, oh my God, I was the skinny kid. I totally know what you meant. Another guy's like, oh, I went to Ohio State. It was the #2 party school. And I just remember freaking out, like, this is not good. All these people are identifying with me. Like, they can relate to me. And I thought I was different. I thought I was different than these people. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because I want you to think about your own story. Why you're watching this, how you got to where you are. If you really look at your own story, you're going to see a series, a theme of ideas that carried with you ever since you were a kid, to middle school, to high school, to college, to where you are now. And the idea is to break that pattern, to stop being that person. So, I'm asking you now, what's your story? If you want to find out a little bit more about what I do, visit my website, adamjablin.com, or you can go to my Instagram at adamjablin, or just, hey, subscribe to the page. We'll see you soon.